Welcome back to Satisfactory. I'm Dan. We got to get tons to do today. We've got so much to do because we spent about 3 episodes building our steel factory that's off there in the distance. What we need to do today is we need to do a little bit of coal power because we're running a little low. We need to do our sulfur research. We got to prepare our project assembly parts so we can get to tier 5 and 6. And then we got to do some oil so we can unlock Mark IV belts. There's just so much to do. So let's get back to the hub and get started. We do want to start working on the space elevator parts. I've put the parts back up in the top right of the screen. We can see we need 500 smart plating, 500 versatile framework, and 500 automated wiring. This is actually pretty easy to do with all the parts we have right now. The automated wiring just requires stators, which we did not automate yet, but it's super easy. I just threw an assembler down, threw some pipes in it and some wire, and let it go until I got a full stack of 100 stators. And that's all we need for our automated wiring. So what I did was throw a platform down here next to the space elevator. And so now we're just going to set down 3 assemblers, one for each of the items we need to create. One for smart plating, one for versatile framework, and one for automated wiring, if I could align them the way I want. And we're just going to quickly determine what we need for everything. We know smart plating, super easy, 1-to-1. So we need 500, we need 500 reinforced iron plates, 500 rotors. No biggie. Versatile framework, we need basically half a modular frame per framework and 6 steel beams per framework. So we'll do the math and figure out how much we need. And for automated wiring, stators are 1-to-1 and we need 100 of these. So 100 stators is all we need. So we can just drop that in right there. But we're gonna need 5,000 cable. So 5,000 cable is all we need. So we have everything we need now. We'll just need to put some containers down, feed them in there, turn them on, and we'll let it run while we're working. So let's get the containers down and then we'll go hunt down the items. Okay, we have the containers down we need. 1 for the automated wiring and 2 for the rest of them. So we know we need 5,000 cables for the automated wiring. So let's go fetch that from our little storage center. So we can only fit 4,800 in the container. As you see, something on the belt. So in order to get our 5,000, we're just going to preload the other 200, and that is our 5,000. So we are good on cable. Now, for smart plating, we said we need 500 of each, so let's go grab that. $500 smart. 500 rotors. So we're good on smart plating. Now we have the last one, and that leaves us with the versatile framework. We know we need half of the modular frames that we need a versatile frames, which is 500, so 250 for this. Now for the steel beams, we need 6 per versatile framework, and we need 500 of these. So we just take 500 times 6, which is 3,000, and we're good. So we need 3,000 steel beams. Hopefully we've made enough of that in our steel factory, so we'll just pick those up, dump them in a container as long with this, and we're all good. And then we'll turn everything on and let it run while we work. So let me go fetch that. There's our 250 modular frames. And finally for the beams. Wow, we're already full. Oh, I think we have plenty of beams. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Perfect. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and route these things. Actually, you know what? We're going to make this easy on ourselves. We're going to merge. We're going to also make it cinematic. We're going to use Mark I belts because we are upstanding big spenders. And now, I mean, I know it's just wired together, but oh yeah, space elevator. We're going to have to do this a little differently. Okay, as the bounding box, well, actually, you know what? With before update 5, having your belts inside the bounding box would be a no-no. It just wouldn't work. But I guess with update 5, we can get away with it. Perfect. All right, now we just need some power. I don't have cable. Oh yeah, because I planned all of this out well in advance. We have no cable. That's okay. It'll rebuild. It's got enough. So why don't we just put up one pole right here because that is my sign of a temporary factory, sticking it on top of a merger. And we'll just, you know what? We're gonna give Mark II treatment. All right, we're gonna plug that in by just hot wiring it over to the closest power pole. Now, you could overclock these things. They're all run at different rates. Like the automated wire is 2.5 per minute, Vercel's 5, and smart plating is just 2. If you wanted it all done at the same time, you could overclock these to pretty much get done. But I'm kind of limited on power because we have not done coal yet. So this will be running and feeding the space elevator all of it what it needs, and we are going to be done with it in a little while. Let's move on to the next thing. Now, in the last episode, I said I was going to wire up all the belts for our exporting, which I did, except I didn't unplug the sink from the encased industrial beam. So I'm down here now to quickly do that so that we can start building up our encased industrial beam supply. We've got plenty of points now, so what we're going to do is a little weird because we're so close to the wall. The way it worked out, I just did that. So we need to turn these around really fast and go the other way. Perfect. So that should that'll route itself over to our truck station over there, and then we're done with this. Let's move on. All right. We are making steady progress on our unlocking. It's slow, but we've only done a tiny amount. It's actually going fast, if you ask me. So the next thing we need to do is we're going to use the pure coal node where we're stealing the coal for our steel factory across the little river there. There's a pure coal node right in the northern forest on the edge there. So we're going to snag that, and we're going to make a little extra temporary coal power, like 1200 megawatts. It'll just bump us up enough that we have a little extra room. We're also going to snag the nearby sulfur nodes and do our sulfur research and get our nobelisks. So we're going to get that done as quick as possible. So I'm going to gather some materials, and we'll head over there. Nailed it. Ooh. Northern forest is pretty at night. Well, time to cut some trees down. Okay, good. All right, so here's our iron node. And we're actually going to get the sulfur nodes nearby. So let's plop down. We'll use the world grid since it's aligned with our factory. All right, so what do I need for a... I didn't get modular frames. All right, be right back. Perfect. Mark II miner down. We're gonna overclock. We have Mark III belts. We're gonna use 30 of this for our coal factory, or for our temporary coal generators. I'm sorry. We're gonna use 30 of this for our explosives, and we're gonna use the rest, the 240, for the coal generators. So we have some temporary extra power. But for now, we're gonna start with research. We need to bring a power node over here. Let's see how much power we have. These dips. These is due to water when you load a save. There's a bug and it loses water, so these dips happen. They eventually work themselves out if you're playing a long enough game, but hopefully they fix this stuff soon. For now, we're just gonna plug it in, turn it on. We need to go get some coal, but we're gonna need to take power down there with us. So we're gonna put another one over here. It doesn't clip. I mean, it does go through it. Okay, let us run power. Now, the great thing about this spot is that I love this spot for doing sulfur research. Is a super easy reason why, and that is this cave right here. So we're gonna plug this power here and then do probably the unthinkable, and we're gonna go in this cave. And there's a good secret why we use this cave. Have I already been down here besides all the spiders? Well, you know what, we're gonna, I don't have space. All right, we'll get it in a minute. And nice, I like how they cleaned this cave up. It looks really good. This cave leads to where we want to go, so we are gonna run a power cable down into this cave. We're gonna try to make it clean. Hey, it's not clipping. Totally. It's clean. That's how every factory builder works, right? And we come out the other side. See that? See what that did? Brought us down here. And down here is 2 sulfur nodes. So that little cave, we can belt it up through that cave. All right, so we're just gonna put, we don't need a ton. So for now, we're just gonna drop one miner down. We could put platform down if we wanted to, but we're not going to do it this time. Let's stick one mine. One of these is a normal and one's an impure. Yeah. All right. We're just going to put down one. So we're just going to take our mark. We probably don't need Mark 3, but you know what? We probably have more of this than... Yeah, perfect. So we just run this through the cave. You can do it without clipping if you like, or you can do it straight up, as little belts as possible. Do I have any inventory space yet? I do. Let's snag this guy. Yeah. Perfect. And now we have a thing coming up right there, which we can belt it over and do our research. So, sulfur research. We need a MAM. Sulfur. Do we have 10 sulfur yet? We do. Easy peasy. Next, we need some sulfur and some coal, which is no problem. Next, I believe after this one, we're going to have to actually make the black powder. The problem is we also need steel pipes, so we can actually make nobelisks. So we have two options. We didn't actually plan on our steel factory for this. So we could grab some iron and build the couple of steel pipes here. I mean, we have 30 steel pipes left over, but we're just doing quick stuff right now. So we are not going to worry about that. So we're going to make this pretty pathetic. We're going to make some... How much would I need? I need to save 240. I'll figure that out in a minute. For now, we need to use one assembler. Use two if you want it faster. And we're going to make black powder. We need 7.5 coal per minute. All right, let's just do that for now. We have another belt here. Black powder. We're going to let that run while I do the math that I need to see if I can cram everything we need into 30 coal per minute. That's the most we can get without dipping into our power fund over here. And we're going to get a little bit of pipes and a little bit of black powder and just have it produce some nobelisks for us while we do research. All right, I'll be right back. Unlock our sulfur. All right, let's tear this apart and see if we can put together a tiny factory. Okay, we're gonna put this sulfur factory together really quick. It's pretty small and simple. We're just gonna be making 2 nobelisks per minute. That's all we can do with the 30 coal that we have. That's assuming we're using solid steel ingot. If you just have steel ingot, you can do about 1.5. The numbers are pretty close, but not the same. But we're gonna use solid steel ingot and make about 2. So we're just gonna put this together super quickly. This is for the iron. Put it right there. I very expertly and cleanly prepared a iron bus from the Northern Forest area. It is a top notch. That's what we'll be using for this. We can clean that up later. We will quickly put down a foundry here. That's going to be doing for our steel ingots, solid steel ingots. And we're going to do a constructor right in front of that, because this is only going to be providing some steel to make steel pipes. So we're going to set this for solid steel ingot at 50%. So we only need 20 iron ingots per minute. And this will do our steel pipes exactly. So this produced 30. This will take 30. It's 1-to-1. So we'll belt that up. Our iron smelter over here is just going to produce 20. So we're going to set this to 20. And then we are going to just belt this over there. Right, like this. We're going to set up a smart splitter for our coal. This is because we're going to be using this coal for a little bit of power down there. We want to make sure that in all cases that the coal for our power is uninterrupted. So it's going to be the priority. So we're going to send it down the center. We could send it at the right too, but and then the left, the 30 where we're going to use is just going to be the overflow. And that way we just get the leftovers. And if this thing snags or stutters because for some reason this isn't sending the 30 briefly, that's fine. It's not going to hurt it. This is temporary. So we'll put a splitter right up against this one right here. We'll use Mark 3 belts for that. Just in there, and we'll use Mark 1 belts for in here. And right next to this, we're actually going to set up 2 assemblers. Right here. One. And these are for our black powder. We're going to set each of these to just produce 5 per minute. That will use up the remainder coal not being used by the foundry. And then we'll just bring this on over. It lines up. So Mark 1 belt, Mark 3 belt here, and a Mark 1. We're going to go right to this line here. And that is all the coal we need. It's being used. The iron is going to come right here, I believe. Perfect. And that takes care of the steel. Now we just need the sulfur, which we have right here. First, we're going to also put down another assembler right next to it. We'll scoot over 2. And this is going to be for our nobelisks, but we don't have nobelisks yet because we haven't unlocked it. So we're just going to put this right over here, line it up right with this thing, bring it up 1. And then we're going to do the same thing we did here. We're going to set up this. What's that line up? That's right on the line? Okay. So we're going to set up 1, but a little higher for splitting. And then we can use Mark 1. It doesn't matter. And this one will go right here. 1, 2. Come up. Go down. And then go down. And this will, if this lines up perfectly, that'd be great. I don't think it will. Will it? Oh, it did. And I fell off. Okay. So now we just need to power everything on. Well, almost. We need to merge these. We need to create a merger right here. We're going to push this not right up against it. Right? That'd be fine for something, but we'll just do this. We could do Mark 1 belts, but you know, no big deal. I put that the wrong way. Okay, since we already have a belt, we'll just put a merger, attach it to that, send it that way. Boom. And then this one, come out. 2. Oh. Okay. So our black powder will come out of here, merge on, and be right into this Nobelisk machine right here. Now we just need the steel pipes for it, which are right here. So we're going to come out. We want to go just enough past this. We'll do right here. Get all the way down. Lines up with this, so we'll just 1, 2, and we are done. So let me quickly explain it. Maybe I can hop up here. All right, so we have our iron coming down, going to our smelter, 20-minute. Coal's coming out of here. We're going to set it to 270 so that we can get 240 going to our coal plant and 30 going this way. The foundry is going to take about 20 of that, along with the 20 iron ingots that we're producing, to create 30 steel ingots per minute, which will power 1 steel pipe constructor, making 20 steel pipes per minute. The rest of the coal, the other 10 coal, is going to go on over to these 2 assemblers, making the black powder. They're also getting the sulfur on the other side. The black powder merges along with the steel pipes and goes to this final assembler, which we will set to the Nobelisks as soon as we're done. We'll also set up a little truck stop just for us to pull up with an explorer and grab the explosives until we build a weapons factory later. It'll work. It's a nice little temporary setup. Let's just get it powered on. All right, so we're going to turn this on. We're going to let it run. We will build up some black powder and the steel pipes we need, and we'll use it. We set up a research station over here, and we'll use this to finish up our research for our Nobelisks. Once we have that, we'll turn that last machine on to Nobelisks and let it start building Nobelisks. And then we'll do the rest of these, which will be the actual detonator we need, and these are like an extra arm slot and extra inventory slot. So we'll do those as well. I think we'll have everything we need here. So let's do all that. While we're waiting, why don't we get those object scanners ready to go? Just need to clear out some inventory space here. All right. Now we need object scanners. We need beacons though, so we'll make 15 beacons. And we can make 5 scanners. Perfect. Let's go ahead and put this in the research thing. 3 minutes? That's perfect. We should have our powder by then. Okay, our research is finished. When we have the black powder we need. Nobilis detonator done. If we had more, we can get our equipment stand slot. That said, we're going to go ahead and pump this in. That's it. But we need 50 more black. I think we can wait on this. And this. Alright. Before we turn on the Nobilisks, I'm going to go ahead and let the black powder build up. We'll get another 150. So we can get our extra hand slot and inventory items. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay. We got our big chunk of our black powder. Let's go ahead and do the hand slot first since it needs 3 minutes. And by the time that's done, we'll be ready to start the next one. Okay, we've got all the black powder we need. First one's done. We'll turn that one in, start that research, and I have connected the steel pipes, and we have Nobilisks being created. So we're gonna let this run. All right, the extra inventory slots are now here. Nice to have. No complaints there. Okay, now that we're done with the coal and sulfur Nobilis research, we can turn our attention to setting up some more coal power plants. We just need to set up a little coal power plant here, really simple, and it'll be really wait, what? What do you mean you've already seen me do coal power plants? Well, I mean, I know we did that back a few episodes ago, but we just need to set up a real quick one. We just need to do it. You don't want to you want to get through it? You want to be past it? I mean, we got to get it done then. You want me to boop it? Seriously? We've been through this. We know what's going to happen. I mean, this is a terrible idea. All right, we'll boop it, but I don't think this is going to work. Don't say I didn't warn you. Where did I put that button? All right, here goes nothing. Bruh. What have we done? Oh, of course. What would a boop be without flying trucks? We've created a monster. This is haunting. I mean, it's running. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now that our power needs are solved, let's grab some explosives and let's get on out of here. We'll get back to our main base. We're pretty close to finishing our space elevator parts. So what we should do is set up some motors, because we're gonna, if we do go ahead and push on to tier 5 and 6 and we want to build some refineries so we can unlock Mark IV belts, we're gonna need a few motors. So we might as well spaghetti together something. Oh, we're almost done. Okay, in order to get our motor spaghetti together, we need a truck stop here, because we're going to need some pipes so that we can make stators. Or we could actually just, yeah, we need to make stators. So what I think we can do, I think we can just pick up a supply of pipes, and we'll use what we got here. And we'll just spaghetti together a quick stator and motor assembler, and that will at least give us a small number of motors so that we can do refineries in tier 5 and 6, so we can get plastic and rubber and then get our Mark IV belts, and then we can go nuts. Let's do that. So we're gonna go pick up some pipes real fast. We're gonna do this old school. Do I have some cargo here? So what we'll do is we're gonna make quick wire stators, I believe. So what we'll do, if I can get some stacks, is we'll just grab a bunch of these. Why don't I just take it all? Let's grab a bunch of these, put it in the car. We'll grab a bunch of pipes, and then we'll just quickly throw together a quick stator assembly and motor assembly using the rotors we've got. Thread the needle. Wow, this thing goes... It's not an episode of Driving with the Explorer unless I'm tumbling from this one. Yes. Hey, we got our first shipment going. Whoa. No. If you didn't see that coming, you haven't been watching enough, apparently. I like that ability to manually load. I've never really needed to do that, but now that I need to do it, it's nice. Now that I have it. All right, let's, where we want to do this, we'll just extend a platform around here. Just do it here. A couple of assemblers, doesn't need to be too big. Just something to make us a few. So we'll just, set this up, I don't know, here. Totally. Oh, lined up. All right, we want to do stators. Do I not have quick wire stators? Well, I think we'll have to go back to hard drives. Well, you know, we can just do regular stators. We're gonna need that ray spray anyways for my plan, so we might as well run it. All right, you are gonna help me spaghetti. Right into this. 2. Perfect. And then we'll set up our storage container for our pipes. Let's do that right here. I have to develop better habits. There we go. All right. Dump those in here. And now we'll just set up another storage container just to take what we can build. That problem solved. Give me a power line. There's one. Okay, so this will do us for a starter kit, basically. What I really wish is we could make this, because, you know, a few stacks of this would be fine. We're only going to be building, you know, 10 or 20 refineries at most when we get in there. No, I don't think 20, probably 10-ish. So we'll let this run. I'm actually going to go plug a hard drive in. We're going to have to do more hard drive hunting after we unlock fuel and stuff. We'll see. Because we are going to redo our coal plant. With Mark IV belts, we can upgrade our coal power plant up there pretty substantially, which could tide us over, but refineries do use a lot of power. What was I looking for? Hard drives. Where did I leave them? There they are. Okay. Well, let's plug a hard drive in. We're going to need quick wire stator. We can't open up tier 5 and 6 without unlocking hyper tubes. How terrible. Easy. Let's check out what we got. Fused quick wire. Oh, actually, we want this. This is good. We'll take this. I like this too, but we actually want to use this so we can conserve our Caterium. So we'll take that. And we'll put another one in. Hopefully we'll get quick wire stator. And that, and that. Yay, hyper tubes. Okay, I think our next hard drive's done. Not what we were looking for. We'll go ahead and take this. We'll use it later. Put another hard drive in. Still no quick wire stator. And all of these are, well, this is okay. We'll just go ahead and take this. All right, last hard drive for today. Hopefully we'll get lucky. And not what we wanted. So none of these. So we're just going to take, I hate seeing this, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it. All right, we are out of hard drives. We'll have to go shopping for some more. But I did kind of come up with the plan that we need, although it's not finished. This is kind of what we're doing, which is our main iron part of it. About 380 iron ingots. We'll make cable. We're going to use the iron wire alternate recipe, so we'll be able to make our wire and cable from iron. So we'll make about 30 cable, 20 iron plates, 15 rods. This is just standard need. 20 screws, just in case we need them for something you almost never knew. Just the heck of it. We will be doing about 21 reinforced iron plates per minute. 14 of those will be going for modular frames. And we'll be doing about 205 wire. 144 of that will be going for 24 rotors. Now, this is not all the wire we'll need in the entire game. It's one of those things where, or in our personal factory, it's one of those things like Caterium where I could centralize this, but sometimes it's just easier to produce it where you need. We could centralize this later, but for now, this is what we need for this and for rotors. Over here, I actually have the quick wire. We're actually going to need more quick wire in the game, so I'm not sure. I might actually move this to its own factory. We'll need some refineries or something and maybe do like 1,400 or something. That should be more than enough for our personal needs. But this is for this factory. We'll need this. Copper sheets. We'll need to make about 105. 75 of that is just for the AI limiters. The rest is for us. Some of that quick wire we need for the AI limiters. Easy enough. The modular frames, the reinforced iron plates we got over there, and the steel pipes. Well, we got those already done. So come in, have some assemblers. They'll be done. The 144 wire we needed earlier, along with some other steel pipes, we'll make our rotors using steel rotor. Now, some might say that we should use the steel screw alternative. It's actually more efficient, but this is easier, and because we made a lot of pipes, this is just easier than dealing with a bunch of screws. So for our personal needs, this is fine. It's a drop in the bucket. If we were doing a massive scale factory, that might be a better choice, or copper rotor. But for now, this was easy. That's why I chose to go with steel rotor. And for the stator, I was going to do quick wire stator. We might change this and use wires, so we might change our plans if we can't get quick wire stator before we do it. But we'll just make 40 of those. 20 of them are for the motors, and we'll just put the 20 of those and 20 of those, 10 motors, and that pretty much covers the redesign of this factory. Again, we might separate this out, and we might have to change this. Those might change a little bit, but it's minor. We got lots of steel pipes. If we can use them, we will. If not, no big deal. And that's basically our plan. Okay, let's go unlock tier 5 and 6, and then we can go make our progress towards Mark IV belts. Sealed up. And send. We always get the gray skies. All right, now we're on tier 5 and 6. Time to unlock some oil. Let's see. This. And this. Okay, I think we got pretty much everything we need. We just need a little plastic and a little rubber just to kind of finish our unlocks for what we need right now. So I kind of waited for motors we didn't need. So if you're following along, we're just going to do a very, very simple setup, a very, very simple starter where we're just going to do a little bit of plastic, a little bit of rubber, where we're just going real simple. I love the Explorer. I know hyper tubes are easy, but you miss out on all the fun. Another great thing about our starting area is oil. We have oil so close and so easy to access right over here. That said, I made sure to brought the very important stuff, explosives. Let's go. Alrighty then, I think I've cleared out everything. We have 2 pure nodes. I think the other one's right there, and we have 2 normal nodes here. So we're just gonna use this pure node here. We could easily use that pure node there. We're just gonna set down some foundations because that's how we roll. Line into world grid, only north and south, you can't rotate. Okay, well, it's nighttime and I've got our platform done. We're just gonna deal with this. What we're gonna do is actually pretty simple. We need to just set down about 4 refineries, 2 for plastic and 2 for rubber. This will get us about 40 of each per minute. And then we're gonna need an extra 2 refineries to turn the heavy oil residue that we create into petroleum coke, which we can make about 180 per minute from the 4 refineries that we're using. Now, coal generators will actually burn petroleum coke at 25 per minute, unlike coal, which I believe was, 15 per minute? So with the 180, we'll be able to do about 7.2 coal generators, but we can just sink it to start if I didn't bring the stuff for coal generators. But these 2 for the petroleum coke, we're just going to turn around. So the heavy oil residue is going to come out on this side, and we'll just input it over here. And then we'll have petroleum coke out over here, and then either we'll sink it, or we can have some coal generators generating some extra power for us. So pretty easy. We'll do plastic. That's recycled. We need plastic. So the one that produced from crude to plastic and heavy oil residue. We'll do that again. And then the same thing for rubber. rubber, heavy oil residue from crude. That's what we want. We got 2 of those. And this one's going to be the petroleum coke, which just needs heavy oil residue. And this one is the same thing. We'll need one running at 50%, or we can downclock both of them equally to 75%. This is actually more efficient, as someone pointed out in one of my comments. We're downclocking both machines to 75%. This is actually more efficient than downclocking just one of them. We'll save a few more megawatts. Or a few megawatts, or a little bit of megawatts. Slightly more than just downclocking one. So let's pipe everything up. Okay. That is everything belted up. Now all we got to do is power it on and then let it run. Oh, I did forget to mention that we need only 120 oil per minute for this setup. So as long as you can get 120 crude oil for this setup, you'll be fine. We're on a pure node. It's turning 240, so we can actually underclock it and save some power. So I'm gonna let that run and I'll get back with you. All right, so we're moving right along. We've got about 352. Just need about 600 of each, and then we can move on. Wait, uh-oh. Is that what I think it is? Is that a present? Oh boy. Fixmas has, oh no, I loaded in. Fixmas has arrived. Well, looks like we have something else we gotta take care of as well. Time to go pick up some presents while we wait for our rubber and plastic. All right, while I'm picking up some of these presents, let me quickly talk about Fixmas. Fixmas was an event that occurred last year during the month of December, and maybe a little bit into January, I forgot. But it was a Christmas-themed event where you could basically build factories around presents and ornaments. And it was a lot of fun. The machines and everything only worked during the event, Christmas event. And we weren't sure if we were going to get it this year. Oh boy. We weren't sure if we were going to get it just because the devs were like, well, we're just doing update 5. We don't have a lot of time to go back and fix Christmas. But it looks like they said they were going to try, and it looks like they did get it done. So the great thing here is that they've patched it and they've released it out. They did say that it's not completely done yet. So they say, if there are ways to trick the game into letting you get a little bit further along in Fixmas. The devs designed it so that certain parts of it unlock on certain days. So you can only get certain progression into Fixmas until you hit those unlock points. There are ways to cheat the system and get to those unlock points early. But the devs said this time apparently don't do it because it's not quite finished and you will miss content. You won't be able to go back and get it. So don't time skip is the word. And it actually happened last year, is that some people that went and tried to skip ahead to Christmas Day got a different item out of the calendar than what everyone else did that waited until, because they patched it to put that item in there. This year they're not like doing that specifically, but they just said that they're still working on some stuff. So if you skip ahead, you're gonna miss stuff. All right. So we should have enough here. We're gonna take about 800 of each. We don't need that for what we're doing, but I just want to take some extra back with us. And we're gonna go back, unlock Mark IV belts. See you back at the hub. All right, we're back, and presents are falling here. We need to unlock our Mark IV belts now. We just need to grab our modular frames, not that one, and the 100 computers, and then we can do it. Here's 6, expanded power infrastructure. Expanded power infrastructure. We also get the fuel generator as well. So this is what we're gonna do. This, and this. All right, now we have Mark IV belts and lifts, 480 per minute. Now we can really scale up our factories. Namely, we can do, it's a lot easier to deal with items such as wire and deuterium in large numbers. And now we can go up and really expand our coal power factory up there to a much larger number. Here's the calendar for Fixmas. You get an item here every day of the month of December, or at least till Christmas. I forgot exactly. You got to find all the numbers in there. So you can open up this calendar by hitting E, and you just find the associated number with the days that have already passed. If you've missed a day, it's okay. You can pick up retroactively. It's not a problem. You can start a new game and still grab everything from earlier in the month. Fixmas is in the MAM. It has got this little Fixmas tree. It is a little bit locked via these nodes. There's an item that you'll need that you'll get from the calendar on certain days of the month, which will allow you to progress and do further. What we can do now is really just this one, this node, and this node, which unlocks things like the main tree and some decorations that we can put up. We're not going to do that today. We're going to go ahead and save that for the next episode, where we'll tackle the first set of unlocks that include, I believe the first unlocks come on the 4th day of December, which is the red ornament. So hopefully that's true. And so we can do a bigger Fixmas start than just doing a couple of constructors. Because if we did it today, we'll just be throwing a couple of constructors down. You guys can explore it yourselves first. So I'll wait till the 4th, and I'll try to get an early video out that has the Fixmas factory with that included. We won't be able to do all the Fixmas, of course, because there'll be more stuff that's gated behind some other unlocks, but we'll do that on the 4th. All right, so that is everything that we are going to do today. We've got our Mark IV belts, which was our big primary goal. Now we can actually scale up our factories. We need to get more power, of course. There's other things we can unlock as well. We can go do the package field stuff. We can get our jetpack. We can do the gas mask. We're gonna need to do some of that stuff because we're gonna need to go hard drive hunting, because we need some alternate recipes. And now that we have fuel and other stuff unlocked, we actually need a lot of alternate recipes. So there's gonna be a new hard drive hunt coming soon. I'm not sure if we'll do it next episode. We might, or the next episode after that. And we have lots of gifts falling everywhere. So I'm gonna go pick up some gifts, and I'll see you guys next time. How does this thing even function? Who would build such a thing?